I attended a protest on Saturday in Mississauga with my role as an East Asian model minority to stand against genocide of the Palestinians. This was me in the background.
So we're here to uplift our people's calls. We're here to call for an end of the siege on Gaza.
The protest was really about urging Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to call for a ceasefire in the Middle East.
We stand with Israel and reaffirm our support for Israel's right to defend itself in accordance with international law.
To stop Israel's reign of over 6,000 bombs on innocent Palestinian families, of which in Gaza 50% are children under 18.
Demolitions, forcefully removing Palestinians from their homes. Instead of taking action to stop or to deal with the long-standing illegal occupations, this Prime Minister is effectively supporting the status quo and going as far as to sell weapons to Israel, undermining the peace process, and it is supporting the illegal occupation. Will the Prime Minister commit to stopping the sale of arms to Israel while they are violating international human rights?
A man who I had thought was a news reporter approached me and then started reading out my poster and gave me a mic. And with the camera there, I thought we were on live, and then he asked me about Hamas. I told him clearly that we are advocating for the end of the blockade and ending of the open-air imprisonment of Gazans. Then he asked me about Hamas again. I told him there's nobody here that is pro-Hamas. There's nobody here that is pro-Hamas. We are advocating to end the genocide.
Today, hundreds of pro-Hamas demonstrators have gathered. They're here to show their support for Hamas.
Then he took the microphone back and asked me something again about Hamas. And so I asked him about the white phosphorus bombs and breaches of UN codes and war crimes that Israel is putting out. And then he acted as if he never even heard what I said. He just kept asking about Hamas again and again. When he realized that he couldn't milk a response out of me that was to his liking, he and his camera team kind of just, nodded and shook their head as if they're saying, let's go, let's find someone else whose words that we can twist. This person's not giving us an answer that we could actually manipulate. And later when I got home, I searched him up. David Menzies, part of a radical right-wing anti-Muslim channel called Rebel News.
David Menzies for Rebel News,
who posts exclusively about anti-Muslim rhetorics. And sure enough, his reporting duty there wasn't even reporting at all. He ended up painting the event falsely as a pro-Hamas rally or a pro-Hamas celebration when none of the people there were even for Hamas. Everyone there was against genocide. Everyone there was protesting against the blockade.
I think I'm in a game of Ring Around the Rosie. This is amazing, and it speaks of the entitlement of these people. I'm literally in the public square, and I'm being encircled by these ladies with face diapers on. I don't know who they are. They're all wearing yellow jackets. I wonder if that means something. What brings you out to this pro-Hamas demonstration? Are you worried about being charged with supporting a terror group by showing up to this demonstration?
See what's happening in Gaza right now? Innocent civilians, innocent children in the hospitals dying. Little infants are dying because you guys cut off their electricity.
Are you speaking of Gaza or Israel?
Gaza.
Okay then.
Yes, I mean we're here to protest what's going on. We're here to protest. We clearly don't agree with what's happening. You guys are clearly twisting the narrative. We know what Rebel Media does. You guys are twisting the narrative.
Well, what do we do? I'm just asking questions.
You're here to portray us as if we're terrorist sympathizers, when it's very clear if you look at the past 20, 30, even 75 years, the casualties on both sides are extremely uneven. And we're here to show our support for the people in Gaza and Palestine as a whole.
Hamas is...
The man not talk. Please, let's go.
The danger is when unassuming viewers engage and read in this type of content like Rebel News or other types of news that spread this anti-Muslim or hateful rhetoric. Hate spreads like wildfire. Take the example of just yesterday on October 15th. 71-year-old Joseph marched into the house of a Palestinian family and stabbed 6-year-old Wadia Al-Fayoum 26 times, and then afterwards stabbing his mother.
Knocked on the door, and that he attempted to choke her and said, "You Muslims must die.
You Muslims die, die Muslims." Now, 71-year-old Joseph probably won't be the last to commit a hate crime like this. The media has a responsibility, and words matter. The wrong kind of words perpetrate hate against a certain group, and that's not what we want for Jewish or Muslim or people of any race, any ethnicity. Don't be on the wrong side of history. Stand against anti-Semitism, anti-Muslim, and overall hate by holding news medias accountable.